Herp, derp, derp. What did I forget? A guardian ghost is what I forget. Yeah, actually, in the early section of the second to last level, there is a guardian ghost here. And with that, we actually have every guardian ghost in the game, save for one that we get at the end of the credits. So, yeah, I am the derp. Anyways, the one we just got isn't really all that useful. All he does is that he slows down your fall. Makes you float in midair, but I think he can fuse with Mick, so that way you can do like a little glide thing like in Spyro the Dragon. Anyways, I am gonna go and search for those last two Magatama beads. BRB. So as it turns out, in the level just before you fight Tau N, there is actually a Magatama bead if you use blocks to get up here, so I'm not going to count that as me being an idiot, more so I just didn't know. So, on to the next level. So yeah, remember that dark place that we were at before, you know, before we fought Jocko? Yeah, I did not think. Probably should have written down that one. Oh well. You use Mick to get over there, and just fight a couple of enemies, open treasure chests, and hang on. Get that last sushi just for, you know, money's sake. And with that, we have the last HP upgrade. Don't poison! Okay, we have the last HP upgrade. And you know what that means, kids? We have 100%ed Shaman King Master of Spirits! After we beat the final boss. Because like I said before, there is the super secret guardian ghost that you get for being the final boss that I kind of already spoiled, but I didn't tell you what it does, I think. Oh well, so let's go to the final boss area using our mystical, magical Grand Tau Dragon to ride like Falcor from Neverending Story. I don't know where that last part came from. Shut up. See you there. Alright, so we have all the Magatama beads. We have every guardian ghost in the entire game. All 67 of them, aside from the one that I told you about. And we are missing one page to the Tomb of the Shaman. Guess who has that? Magister himself. And apparently that one page he has is the one he needed in order to do that super secret resurrection art he was talking about at the very beginning of the game. So he's going to resurrect that ancient Shaman King guy that we kind of forgot about and didn't really talk about after this game. Whatever, anyways. Oh yeah, this here where we actually get kind of Magister's backstory if you want to pay attention to the cutscenes. Apparently, Shamans killed his family, and so now he kind of hates them and wants to use Mephius to destroy the world, which is kind of stupid and half-assed considering this just comes right out of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, this probably could have worked if Magister was a better villain, but really, the entire game, all he did was control people's minds, and then he would moo-ha-ha, and then run away. So, yeah, final boss. For some odd reason, Magister uses a lot of cards, which is really weird. He never really came across as the kind of guy who would play a children's card game, and I forgot that I'm using Mick. Anyways, the cards... I keep using Grand Tau Dragon. Probably a good idea to use Basson or something like that, or Mick. Or not Mick, Mash. I keep changing, I know, leave me alone. I'll explain the boss in a little bit. Anyways, yes, different cards he uses. He can teleport. Green cards turn to little worm things that explode if they reach the other end of the screen. He does this whole pick a card, any card trick, where he hides behind one and you can do damage to him. I should really let one of those worms get to the other side so you can see them explode. Yeah, those little pellets they fire out can actually do damage to you, so don't let them get to the other side of the screen. This is his second attack. If you touch the blue barrier, then you will be inflicted with slow. After a while they will stop and they will shoot out a sword. This is his final attack where he summons a dragon. It just basically flies around the screen being a dragon. The only way to kill it is to hit every section of its body so that way it turns blue. And other than that, that's the entire boss fight. Kind of weak, pretty easy if you keep smacking him and just blocking his attacks. Let's see if I can use Devil Mash. Yes! Oh, it actually doesn't do that much damage to him. And I keep getting bombed. Oh well, the boss fight isn't too hard. And I should probably remove Gen now that I think about it. Oh well. And with that, we get the final page to the Tomb of the Shaman, and we get the final spirit point upgrade for Ryoku Thingamajigger. And even after everything that we had to go through, Yo was trying to help this guy who tried to kill us. Oh well. And for some odd reason, Magister has summoned Dracula with anime hair and a mask for some odd reason. Okay, I don't know why I did that, but anyways, Mephius. He is kind of an asshole. And he kills Magister because he's a bad guy. Nobody cares. And we have to make Mephius look like an intimidating bad guy, even though Magister wasn't really intimidating to begin with. So yeah, boss fight. Like any good final boss, there is 2 phases to this boss. I'll explain later, but anyways, in this phase, really all he does is just he shoots these orbs that kind of telegraph his attacks. The blue ones will shoot little bullets that can actually poison you, so now that I think about it, it's probably a good idea to have Eliza equipped. The green one will leave you in that little barrier thing, and you'll be open for an attack from his red orb. He'll shoot out his Morning Star, which just kind of loops around. It's very lame. And all in all, it's actually a pretty easy boss fight if you know what you're doing. I mean, okay, I'm taking a lot of hits, but actually, now that I think about it, I should probably look into equipping another Guardian Ghost. Let's see. Yeah, you know what, I'm good. I'd say his Morning Star attack is probably the most difficult because it just kind of goes all over the place. Anyways, second form. With this, he fuses with his 3 orbs, which I'm guessing are his Guardian Ghosts, and he turns into this Moth Dragon Sword-Armed Scyther guy. Anyways, what he does is that he can use his dragon arm to shoot fireballs, and they explode and they do a lot of damage, and it's very annoying to dodge. He'll also dive underground, and he'll follow you. If you see the earth kind of going all over the place, then that's a good sign to start running away. He'll also fly around. That's kind of what he does with his wings. Okay, I managed to dodge that. It's probably a good idea to start using Into the Antiquity or MASH. Especially MASH, since, you know, heal you. Apparently MASH doesn't do too much damage. Kind of lame. But it's still a good idea to have him heal you. Especially since I'm taking a lot of damage. And I really hope I don't die, because that would be very lame. But then again, I did save before the final boss, so not too bad. Yeah, Into the Antiquity does a lot of damage, and this is his final bullshit attack that's super annoying. If you try to hurt him, you will only do 1 damage. And those little things that go across the screen, yeah, you see 1 damage. And those little things that go all around can do a ton of damage. Wait at the other end of the screen until this attack is done, and it looks like he's done. If you go in and he starts refusing with his orb things again, that's your chance to attack. Always a good idea. And with that, the boss is over. And with that, we have beaten Shaman King, Master of Spirits! And that is the end of Shaman King Master of Spirits. Final thoughts? I thought it was a pretty good game. I mean, pretty basic in design. Nothing really all that fancy compared to, you know, an actual console game or something from Nintendo, but it was all around fun. I really hope this playthrough showed off, you know, just how great of a game this is. Showed off how good of a series Shaman King is, because it never really got the respect it deserved. If you want to see anything else made by the guy that made Shaman King, he's actually working with Stan Lee to make a series about fighting robots called Ultimo. I really recommend watching that, or reading that. If they make it into an anime, you should watch it. So, now that we're done with Shaman King, actually after the end of the credits we will have finally beaten the game 100%, but now that we're done with this, I don't know what next to do. I mean, this game actually did good enough to get a sequel, Shaman King Master of Spirits 2, and alongside the Master of Spirit game, there was a PlayStation 2 fighting game called Shaman King Power of Spirits. I could probably do one or two of those, and there was also this one strategy game that came out that I don't really pay attention to, but those first two games that I mentioned, those ones I actually played a lot of, so, I might do those. But, before I do that, there's actually one thing I have to do that revolves around my arch rival, Tanner, who you may know as Goodbye 18,000 on YouTube. So I want you to stay tuned so you can watch how I dish out arch rival punishment. This has been Super Cold Chaos, and I hope you've enjoyed my Shaman King Master of Spirits playthrough, and I'll be seeing you next time. If you stay till the end of the credits, then I have to admit that you are a pretty deep fan. Also, the fact that I was kind of hinting towards a super secret guardian ghost the entire time is kind of a given. Anyways, we get the Spirit of Fire. This is the final guardian ghost in the game, and basically all it does is that it recovers your HP every time you defeat an enemy. Nothing all that special, but still pretty useful if you plan on replaying into different levels. Once again, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Now get out.